Good evening and welcome to Khan Global Studies. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, Jai Hind. Good evening. So I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, I am good. How are you? Good evening, everyone. So in the previous week, we have discussed some of the topics related to essay also, like some of the quotation. We have also seen how you can start writing essay, and many of you have tried to write that also. So in this week, we are going to focus once about the current affair revision. We will try to revise the current affairs which we have discussed in the last 2-3 months. We have started from the month of July. So in this month, in this week, we will just try to revise those through the questions. Okay. So that is the target for this week. We are going to revise the topics which we have discussed so far via the questions, so that you have at least regular recalling of those topics. That is also quite much necessary. Okay. Now, what topics which we are going to see today? Today is Ozone's Day. Today basically we are having the Ozone Day, and we are going to have some questions with respect to this. Some of the question which has already been asked in the previous year question. So we are going to talk about it. Then we will also talk about, there is like Nipah virus. It is there in the news. Some Nipah cases has been reported. So in that context, we are going to talk about this Nipah virus, its transmission and all other related features. Okay. Then we are going to talk about one more thing, that is Operation Sadbhav, and with respect to that, Typhoon Yagi also. So Typhoon Yagi, we will try to see that this Typhoon Yagi, where it is originating, which countries are getting impacted by this, and also some of the related concepts with respect to cyclone. Okay. Then we will also talk about one of the prominent things, lab grown diamonds. The diamonds which are being grown in the or being manufactured in the labs. So this is also one of the emerging areas, and we are going to discuss about this, that what is this lab grown diamond, how it is prepared, what are its properties. So that is something which we are going to discuss. Okay. So Montreal Protocol, yes. So we have got this Ozone Day, and with respect to that, we are going to see some questions also which has been asked in the UPSC examination. Okay. So let's start. Now, before we go into this, there is an announcement for you. Those who are seeking for the foundation batch for 2025, it is going to start from 22nd September. It will be a live batch in English medium, and the registration is open. So this foundation batch for 2022, it is going to start from 22nd September. Today is 16. So 6 days later, we are going to have this foundation batch. It is for English medium. For Hindi medium also, we are having a batch. You can check it on the website. Okay. Now, so today we are having this World's Ozone Day. It is 16th of September. Today we are in 16th of September, and it is World's Ozone Day. Now this day is basically marking this adoption of the Montreal Protocol related to ozone depletion. This year the theme is Advancing Climate Action. Montreal Protocol, Advancing Climate Action. That is the main theme of ozone, the World's Ozone Day in this 2024. That Advancing Climate Action. That is the theme. That is the tagline of this year's World's Ozone Day. Now let us see that what questions have been there with respect to this topic. So there is this one simple question: which one of the following is associated with the issue of control and phasing out of ozone depleting substances? First thing is Bretton Woods Conference, Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol, and Nagoya Protocol. So I think this is the most easiest question. I think all of you can answer it. Yes, good evening. B option, okay. I think all of you can answer this. It is quite easy. We have just discussed this. We have just seen this, like the Ozone Day itself is being celebrated on the adoption of Montreal Protocol. So that is a very much easy question. Montreal Protocol is the right answer here. Now, coming to the next question. Consider the following statements. Chlorofluorocarbons known as ozone depleting substances are used in. First is in the production of plastic foams, in the production of tubeless tires, in cleaning certain electronic components, as pressurizing agents in aerosol cans. Okay. So this is a question from 2012. This is one such question from 2012. Tell me about this one. Single vote. Yes, this is consensus. By consensus, you have all voted for the B option, Montreal Protocol. So tell me about this question. In the production of plastic foams, in the production of tubeless tires, in cleaning certain electronic components, as pressurizing agents in aerosol cans. So what will be the correct answer here? Okay, I have got 1, 2 answer as C, some answer as D also, okay. Anything else? What will be the answer here? I think so. You might all have revised this. That's why you are able to answer it quite correctly. Yes. The correct answer here is like, yes, it is used in the production of plastic foams, even in cleaning certain electronic components and as pressurizing agents in aerosol cans. So 1, 3 and 4, that is the correct answer. In these three things, no, it is not used as such in the production of tubeless tires. Okay. So this B option is not correct. Rest 1, 3 and 4, they are the correct option. Hence the answer will be C. Okay. Now, see this again, we have one more question that is from 2011. The formation of ozone hole in the Antarctic region has been a cause of concern. What could be the reason for the formation of this hole? First is saying presence of prominent tropospheric turbulence and inflow of chlorofluorocarbons. Second is saying presence of prominent polar front and stratospheric cloud and inflow of chlorofluorocarbons. Third is saying absence of polar front and stratospheric cloud and inflow of methane and chlorofluorocarbon. And fourth is saying increased temperature at polar regions due to global warming. So you can answer this question. You can answer this question only if you have read that why there is more depletion of ozone at the Antarctic. Okay. Normally what we see that the depletion of ozone is more in the polar regions, and even in the polar regions the depletion is furthermore at the Antarctic. Okay. So in the Antarctic region we are having more depletion. So what is the cause? What is the cause behind it? Here I am getting option B, option D also. Okay. Because there is more temperature at south which leads to formation of cloud. Gaurav has given option B, but in the explanation there is something wrong. See, in this question, of course, the answer is option B, presence of prominence polar front and stratospheric cloud. The PSCs, polar stratospheric cloud, are considered as one of the main factor behind this higher depletion of ozone at the Antarctic. But what we see that it is not due to higher temperature, rather than that the earth is inclined in such a manner that during the winters in southern hemisphere there is very rare, like, or you can say that there is very cold temperature in the Antarctic. No sunlight is going there for a long period of time, and hence there is very cold temperature in the Antarctic, and due to this we have formation of a polar stratospheric cloud. Okay, and hence we are having this more depletion of ozone layer. So here the option is of course B, but the correct explanation will be due to lesser temperature we are having formation of polar stratospheric cloud. Okay. One more question. This is the recent one from 2022. It is having two things. Okay. That is microgram. Okay. In the context of WHO air quality guidelines, consider the following statement. The 24-hour mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 15 microgram per meter cube, and annual mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 5 microgram per meter cube. Okay. That is the first statement. Second is saying, in a year, the highest level of ozone pollution occurs during the period of inclement weather. The third is saying, PM10 can penetrate the lung barrier and enter the bloodstream. And fourth is saying, excessive ozone in the air can trigger asthma. Okay. So this is one such question where you have mixture of two things. One is the particulate pollutants PM 2.5 and 10, and second is about the ozone layer. So two questions from ozone, two statement from ozone, two statement from PM particles, particulate matters. Which video is not working? Okay, so I am getting answers B, 1 and 4. Anything else? Prakash, which video is not playing? September 13th. Okay, B option is also being provided, D option also, A also. A is 1, 3 and 4. Okay. Okay, fast. So when you try to write it fast, the mistake can be there. See, if we are talking about the first one is absolutely correct, that WHO has revised this guideline in 2021, and then there was this question in 2022. Okay, so according to WHO revised air guidelines, that PM 2.5 should not exceed 15 microgram per meter cube, on annual mean should not exceed 5 microgram per meter cube. So this is the daily and annual mean, that is correct. Second is saying, in a year, the highest level of ozone pollution occurred during the periods of inclement weather, means during the rainy season or such seasons. But you will find that the ozone production, the ozone which we see in our atmosphere, is not during the inclement weather, rather than that it is produced when there is a sunny condition, or too much of sunlight. So this second option here is incorrect. Third is saying PM10 can penetrate the lung barrier and enter the bloodstream. It is generally particulate matter of size 2.5 microgram which enters our bloodstream. Okay. Normally the PM10 is entering into the lungs or getting settled into the lungs and causing somewhat irritation in the lungs. Okay. So this third option is also not correct. The fourth option is correct, that excessive ozone in the air can trigger asthma. It causes irritation and all, and can cause asthma. So here the answer is B, that is 1 and 4 only. Okay. So in this case, the answer is B, that is 1 and 4 only. Okay. Clear? PM 2.5 can penetrate, not 10. Okay. So this third option is incorrect. The answer will be B, that is 1 and 4 only. Okay. So these were some of the questions with respect to ozone which has been asked in the UPSC in the past. Okay. Even in a state PCS examination, you will find that there have been multiple questions with respect to ozone, especially like ozone, this what are the gases which are causing depletion of ozone layer. So again, one additional question. Give names of ozone depleting substances, ODS. Give me some names of ozone depleting substances. Can you give me some name of ozone depleting substances? Chlorofluorocarbon, okay. HFC, okay. Okay, so from your side, the names are, one is CFC, okay. Another name which has been provided is HFC, okay. Anything else? Chlorofluorocarbon, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, okay. Also, carbon tetrachloride, okay. HCFC, carbon tetrachloride, sulfur hexafluoride, okay, SF6, carbon monoxide, not as such. Okay. See one thing, this hydrofluorocarbon, remember one thing, not a ozone depleting substance, not a ozone depleting substance. The hydrochlorofluorocarbon is a ozone depleting carbon. Say this chlorofluorocarbon is there, carbon tetrachloride is there, sulfur hexafluoride is there. Apart from that, the Cl2, bromine, fluorine, they can also cause this depletion of ozone layer. There are 100 plus gases which can cause this depletion of ozone layer. But the HFC, hydrofluorocarbons, they are not considered as a ozone depleting substances, but they do have a very strong global warming potential. They do have very strong global warming potential, and hence they are also to be like eliminated or replaced by some other things. Okay. But this HFC is not a ozone depleting substances as such. Okay. Yes, chlorine, fluorine, bromine, halogens, in general you can say halogens, they are the one responsible for ozone depletion. So that is our first thing, that what are the ozone depleting substances, which protocol is there? Montreal Protocol. We have a convention also with respect to that. Can you tell me this Montreal Protocol is a protocol to which convention? Which is the convention behind this Montreal Protocol? Anyone? Which is the convention behind this Montreal Protocol? Vienna Convention, correct. So Vienna Convention is there, and then we have the Montreal Protocol, Vienna Convention, then we have the Montreal Protocol, and then we also have Kigali Amendment. Okay, there is also a Kigali Amendment which is related with this ozone depletion. So we have got the Vienna Convention, Montreal Protocol, and Kigali. These are some of the important conventions with respect to this ozone. Okay. The convention is Vienna, protocol is Montreal, and amendment is Kigali. Okay. Now, coming to the next topic, we have seen this Nipah case. Okay. So basically, like Nipah case related death has been confirmed in Malappuram in Kerala. Okay. And due to which again some people have been said to be isolated. So let us see that what is this Nipah virus and where does it come from? Can you tell me first what is this Nipah virus and what is the origin? What are the primary source? Primary source of this Nipah virus. Can you tell me? Bats. Correct. Okay. So the fruit bats which are there, they are considered as the primary source. The fruit bat. They are considered as the primary source for this Nipah virus. Okay. Now, if we look at this, generally, what are the causes of it? Causes are close contact with infected animals or its bodily fluid. Even contaminated foods can also become a cause of it. Okay. So, if we are talking about how they are being caused, so there is a close contact with infected animals or its bodily fluid or contaminated foods which can become a source for transmission of this virus. Okay. It is a zoonotic virus. If we talk about this, it is a zoonotic virus. Zoonotic means it can jump from animal to human and then human to human. Okay. So this Nipah virus is a zoonotic virus. Second important thing is, if we are talking about it, normally the fruit bats which are there, the fruit bat, they are responsible for it. It is a zoonotic. Whatever is not visible, I am trying to write it here itself. It is a zoonotic virus or zoonotic disease, means it can be transferred from animals to humans and then from humans to humans. Okay. So it is having primary source as fruit bats. Then if we talk about the signs and symptoms, you can see fever is there, headache, vomiting, muscle pain, cough, etc., etc. They can be the symptoms of it. Then there is a diagnosis method also. What are those diagnosis method? There is RT-PCR test. You might have seen about this RT-PCR test, which was very much famous during the COVID time. So similar RT-PCR test using the throat and nasal swabs or cerebrospinal fluid or blood or urine can be used. Even a ELISA test is also being prescribed. That is basically a blood test which can be used to confirm this virus, Nipah virus. Okay. Now, if we are talking about treatment, is there any such vaccine or treatment method? Now, vaccine has not been developed yet, and you know that in the case of virus, there is hardly any such treatment method which directly cures the viral disease. Okay. There are precautions which are to be taken. There is like rest, hydration, treatment of symptoms. That is the general thing. There is no such medicine as such which can directly get rid of the Nipah virus. You all are aware that viruses cannot be directly killed by the help of any such medicines. If we have vaccine beforehand, then vaccine can help in prevention of that infection. Otherwise, the treatment is like treatment of symptoms, giving sufficient amount of rest to the body, hydration to the body, so that body can recover automatically. Okay. So that is the treatment in case of Nipah also. First, we have seen Nipah virus is primarily caused due to fruit bats. Okay. Then it is a zoonotic disease. Third thing which we have seen is it is transmitted via infected fruits or infected food as well as infected animals. Then we have seen the diagnosis and treatment option also. If we are talking about this, like transmission is direct transmission also, can occur from bats to human via consumption of food or fruits, okay, or animal to human also, or human to human also. So in all these three methods, transmission of this Nipah is possible. It is also a fatal disease. Fatal means causes death. causes death of the person. Causes death of the person. Okay. So Nipah is one such virus which is having outbreaks right now in India also. Earlier also we have seen the cases of Nipah virus in Kerala only. Okay. This year again we are seeing again the rise of Nipah. Okay. So this is one of the virus which knocks at our door from time to time. Okay. No vaccine has been developed yet. No vaccine has been developed yet. So that is also a cause of concern. Okay. Bats, yes, correct. So that is our second topic, Nipah. There is one thing called as ELISA test. So what is this ELISA test? ELISA test is basically enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. Enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, that is ELISA test. Okay. So what is this ELISA test doing? You might get a question about this, that what is being done in the ELISA test. So in ELISA test we are having nothing but we are having a blood test. We are having a blood test. And what is being done in this blood test? What is the aim? To measure the antibodies. To measure antibodies. To measure antibodies in the bloodstream. In bloodstream. So this is one of the tests, ELISA test, which is used to again find out various type of diseases, not only this Nipah, even other diseases, other viral diseases can be found out using this ELISA test, including HIV and other diseases also. So ELISA is a wide-ranging test giving the result for many such viral infections or viral disease. Okay. So that is our ELISA test. Okay. I hope this first part is clear. What is Nipah and what is ELISA test? Yes, for AIDS also it is providing. See, there is one thing called as HIV, and then there is another thing called as AIDS. There is a difference between them. Okay. HIV is the primary stage where the person is having the infection of HIV virus. Okay. And then gradually when the HIV is propagating in the body, its amount is increasing in the body, then it gets transferred, or it gets it changes into a disease, or rather than a syndrome. Syndrome is a collection of different type of symptoms. Okay. Syndrome is basically a collection of various type of symptoms for a longer period of time. That is called as syndrome. So that is AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Okay. So HIV causes AIDS. Clear? Now, coming to the next topic, lab grown diamonds. So can you tell me first, I think all of you know this, diamond is having which element? Which element is there in diamond? And what do you know about diamond? Carbon is there. Can you tell me the cause behind the sparkle in the carbon? Okay, the main element which is there, or the element which is there in diamond, that is carbon. Okay, that's good. What is the cause behind the sparkle? That glow, that sparkle in the diamond, that glow in the diamond, what is the reason behind it? It is the hardest material known. That is true. Hardest substance. Okay. So what is the factor responsible behind this sparkle in the diamond? Hexagonal. Okay. So why we are having this sparkle? What is the cause behind it? Internal reflection. Yes, there is a very if you look at this, inside this diamond, it is cut in such a design that there is an internal reflection, total internal reflection inside this diamond, and that total internal reflection is what responsible behind this sparkle inside the diamond. Okay, so total internal reflection is responsible behind it. Okay, so TIR, total internal reflection, that is responsible. It is the hardest substance. But then diamond is one such substance which is having a considerable impact, on the global warming. Now you may wonder why it is causing the global warming challenge. Is there anything which is getting emitted from diamond? The answer is no. You don't have any such emission directly from the diamond. You are not burning it, of course. Yeah. But the mining process of diamond, it is quite much like causing emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Okay. So this carbon, which is being mined from the different mines across the world, that mining process is causing huge emissions, and that's why the diamond industry is causing the pollution. The diamond industry is causing the pollution. The one which looks very shiny or glowing to us, it is harming the planet. It is leading to creation of a black cover over our environment, over our atmosphere, and causing the warming also. So in this context, there is another thing called as lab grown diamond. So lab grown diamond, how it is prepared and what are the methods, let us see that. Okay. See, if we talk about this, lab grown diamonds are having the same chemical composition and physical and optical properties. First thing is, lab grown diamonds are identical with the naturally occurring diamonds. So there is no such difference in the physical property or the chemical property or the optical property. All these three things are going to be identical, the same as naturally occurring diamonds. So if you normally see the lab grown diamonds and the original diamonds or the naturally occurring diamonds, there is no such difference. There is no such difference which will be visible to you. Okay. So lab grown diamonds and the original diamonds will be appearing the same. Okay. Of course, there is a huge difference in the price of it. Okay. Although now even the price is increasing for lab grown diamonds as well, but there is a difference. Okay. Now, two methods of preparation are there. One is called as high pressure, high temperature method. Okay. And second is chemical vapor deposition method. There are two things, high pressure, high temperature method, and second is chemical vapor deposition method. Okay. In India, mostly we are using this chemical vapor deposition method. So how does this work? Let us see. Okay. First of all, there is a seed. There is a seed. And what is the seed? The seed is nothing but a slice of original diamond or a diamond. Okay. Simply a diamond. Okay. So first, a seed is basically a slice of the another diamond which is taken there. Okay. So first we obtain a seed, and now that seed is subjected to two methods. Okay. Either it can be high pressure, high temperature, or it can be chemical vapor deposition. So in high pressure, high temperature, what will happen? In this method, the seed along with the pure graphite carbon. Okay. So first we will have the seed plus graphite. Seed and graphite will be there. And this will be exposed to temperature of up to 1500 degrees Celsius. This will be exposed to temperature of 15 degrees Celsius temperature and high pressure also. In this scenario, the graphite is going to be converted into a diamond. Okay. So in high pressure, high temperature method, first a seed of diamond will be taken, and along with that a graphite will also be provided. Now, under high pressure and high temperature, the graphite will turn into a diamond. Okay. It is following the natural method. In nature also, there is generally occurrence of graphite, but due to high pressure and high temperature, it gets converted into a diamond. So this is a natural process. This is the natural process of formation of diamond. Naturally also, when we are having the graphite under high pressure and high temperature, it gets converted into a diamond. But that takes millions of years. But that will take millions of years to form in natural manner. Here we are creating in a very short span of time. In a very short span of time means on regular basis, on daily basis, we are creating it. Okay. So under huge temperature, under very high temperature and high pressure, we generate the diamonds in the lab. That is one process. There is another process, chemical vapor deposition. The chemical vapor deposition. Okay. In this method also, the seed is taken. Here also we are having the seed. And this seed is heated to around 800 degrees centigrade. This seed is heated to around 800 degrees centigrade. And then it is put inside a sealed chamber filled with a carbon rich gas. Okay. Then it is transferred to a chamber. This chamber is having carbon rich gas. Carbon rich gas. Okay. The gas is now sticking to the seed and gradually there will be formation of a diamond. Now this 800 degrees centigrade temperature is not fixed. It changes from company to company. Some are even subjecting to even 2000 degrees centigrade. Okay. So in chemical vapor deposition, normally what happens that first a seed is again a diamond. So that seed is taken and then it is heated to a very high temperature. Then it is provided or then it is like transferred into a sealed chamber. A sealed chamber where there is huge amount of carbon rich gas. As the diamond is heated, these carbon gases stick to this diamond seed and gradually they get deposited over it, they get converted into diamond. So again here the temperature and pressure thing is applied there also, but in a different manner. Okay. Here they are not using graphite, here they are using carbon rich gas which sticks to the diamond seed. Okay. So these are the two methods of growing the diamonds in the lab. Once the stone is made, then they are being like cut also or designed into different manner. The benefit is naturally occurring diamond, their shape and size you cannot determine. You cannot determine the shape and size of a naturally occurring diamond. But in the lab grown diamond, you can determine that what is going to be the shape and size of a diamond. So this is one such industry which is growing in India, growing at an average rate of 16% also. Okay. Annual growth rate of 16%. So while natural diamond demand is decreasing, the demand of lab grown diamonds is increasing day by day. So I hope this is clear what is lab grown diamond. Why the price is more? See, naturally occurring diamond, the mining process is quite much costly. That's why. In the case of production of this lab grown diamond, the cost is less and initially you will have to keep it at lower price, then only people will shift from the original diamond to the lab grown diamond. Gradually over a period of time, maybe the lab grown diamond will again come at the same price, because for the diamond there is one concept in economy. I think there is a type of good which you all might be aware about. I think some of you have read economy, that some of the goods are demanded only because they are costly. What type of goods are they? What is the name? Some goods are being demanded only because they are costly. Giffen goods. Yes. So diamond is that Giffen good. Okay. It has its value because it is costly. So these have their demand because they are costly. Otherwise, no one will value diamond. Okay. Like let me, you all might be aware about the story of aluminium. Aluminium was one of the most demanded metal at some point of time. During the time of, there is various stories that during the time of Napoleon Bonaparte third or second, I think in 1740s approx. Okay. So during that time, when there used to be royal feast, in that the special invitees, the guest of honors, they were given the food in the aluminium made utensils. They were being provided food only in the aluminium made utensils because at that time aluminium was having that value. But later on, aluminium started giving more or better product also, but its demand decreased. Okay. So aluminium utensils, now you might not be saying that aluminium utensils being used in the home. Why it is not being used in the home? It is providing the same option. Still, why we are not using it? It used to be a royal utensil at one point of time. Right now, if you invite someone at your home and if you offer them food in aluminium utensil, next time they will not come to your home. Okay. So that is the same thing. Aluminium used to be one of the royal utensils, but now it is not being used by people. Okay. So it was simply like at one point of time, aluminium was not easily extractable. Means its extraction was very much tough. People were not having the technology, although it is one of the most abundant element, but its extraction technology was not known to the people. So at that time, there was very scarcity of aluminium. So only the royals, the king or the majesties could afford the royal utensils like aluminium. So it used to be a very prized utensil at one point of time in the history. 1840s, not 1740s, I think 1840s. Yeah. So just around like 200 years ago, aluminium was one of the most valuable metal. But right now you can see what is the condition of aluminium. Okay. So sometimes some of the goods are given value because they are like they are very much expensive or costly. Diamond seed is basically a small slice, a small portion of diamond. Clear? Now, coming to the next topic. So there is this Typhoon Yagi. Which has like impacted various Southeast Asian countries, including Vietnam. Vietnam is one of the most impacted country due to this Typhoon Yagi. Okay. So this Typhoon Yagi, it has originated in the Philippine Sea. And it has impacted various areas. Like if we look at this, it has impacted Vietnam, Philippines, China, Laos, Myanmar and Thailand. Okay. So it has originated over the Western Philippine Sea and it is considered as one of the second most powerful storm in the world this year in 2024 after the Hurricane Beryl. Okay. So after the Hurricane Beryl, this is one of the strongest typhoon in this region of Asia. Okay. Now, it is also the strongest tropical cyclone Asia had seen this year. So for this year, for 2024, it is September month, and so far it is the most impactful and most powerful cyclone which has been seen. Okay. Origin is there in the Western Philippine Sea. These countries are impacted. There is no such impact on India. India is very, very far away from it. But it is raising a matter of concern. Why a matter of concern? The cyclones are becoming much more powerful now. Last week, we have seen a cyclone. Not last week, in the end of August, we have seen a cyclone in the Arabian Sea. What was the name of that? We have discussed that in the classes also. What was the name of that cyclone? What was the name of that cyclone? We have seen that in the last week, perhaps. Yes, Cyclone Ashna was there. So Cyclone Ashna was again a rare cyclone. Why it was a rare cyclone? It has originated over land. So that Cyclone Ashna was there. Now we have got this Typhoon Yagi. Typhoon Yagi is there, and it has originated over Western Philippine Sea. It has impacted these countries. Most impact is there in Vietnam. Around 300 plus people have been killed in Vietnam due to this cyclone. Okay. Now, if we talk about the cyclones, you might be aware about this wind speed, that when we call it as a cyclone. Okay. First, if the speed is up to 61 km per hour, we call it not as a cyclone but as a depression. When the speed increases from 62 km per hour to 88 km per hour, it is called as a tropical storm. When the wind speed is further higher, when it is from 89 to 117 km per hour, it is called as a severe tropical storm. When it is having the speed over 118 km to 220, we call it as a typhoon. Typhoon is itself called as cyclone or hurricane. Okay. Or hurricane. And then there is a super cyclone or super typhoon when the speed is above 220 km per hour. Okay. So this is one thing from where you can expect a question at any point of time, because cyclones are becoming frequent and there is a probability that they will ask you about some factual things also. Okay. In a state pieces also they can ask, even in UPSC examination they can ask that at what speed we consider it as a cyclone or a super cyclone or what. Okay. So that is one part, what is the speed and its name. Then we have one more thing, like where do we have cyclone and what is the season of it. So see, we will start from, of course, here. This is the part of our country. Okay. We have the tropical cyclone between April to December, but you know that in India, it is like in the initial period, it is from April, May, sometimes up to June. Then there is a break. The break is due to monsoon season, and post monsoon again in the end of September and October, November, we can experience cyclone in India. So this is the region. It is called as tropical cyclone. The timing is April to December. Then in the south portion, again October to May, in the southern part of Indian Ocean. In the southern part of Indian Ocean, the timing is from October to May month. Okay. Then here, if we talk about the Atlantic, in the Atlantic, the time is from June to November. It is called as hurricanes. It is called as hurricane. Here again, in South Atlantic, it is known as tropical cyclone. In South Atlantic, it is known as tropical cyclone, but it is quite much rare. Here we do not have that much of cyclone. On this side again, near this coast of US, we again have this hurricane. The season is May to November. Here again, we have the season from May to November. Okay. And this side you can see, like This is the side of Asia near the coast of Japan and here Australia and all. In the upper portion, it is called as Typhoon. So you have to remember the name here. Near this coast of China or Japan, we have the name Typhoon. Again, near the coast of Australia, it is called as tropical cyclone, sometimes also called as Willy Village. Okay. Sometimes it is also called as Willy Village. Okay. So tropical cyclone, typhoon and hurricane, they are the same thing. They are called as in this portion between Europe and North America, they are called as hurricane. Even near this coast of North America, they are called as hurricane. In the other portions, we call that as tropical cyclone. And in this coast near Russia, China, Vietnam or South China Sea, we call it as a typhoon. So these are the three main names: typhoon, cyclones and hurricane. Okay. So that is the another thing where you can expect some question. Then you might be seeing that this different name is coming up, like cyclone Asna was there. Then now we have this cyclone Asna was there, and now we are having this typhoon like Yagi. But Typhoon Yagi is there in Pacific. When we talk about the Indian Ocean region, in the Indian Ocean region, there are 13 countries, including Bangladesh, India, Iran, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka. Then we have Thailand, UAE and Yemen. There are these 13 countries which give the name list. They are giving the list of the cyclones. They are giving 13 different names, or different names are provided. Okay. In total, all of these countries are providing 13 names, and then serially these names are taken. Okay. Like last time, the cyclone was called as Asna. Okay. Prior to that, we have the Ramal cyclone. The next cyclone, which will be originating in this Indian Ocean region, it will be having the name of Dana. The next cyclone in the Indian Ocean region will be given this name of Dana. Okay. So name is provided by the different country, a list is prepared, and then serially we take it. Okay. So till now we have Ramal and Asna. Now there will be Dana, then Fengal, then all other names are there. Further more lists are added there. A total of 169 names have been provided, out of which these are to be chosen. Okay. So that is how the naming of cyclone is also done. Naming is not done by one individual country. The countries submit a list, and then serially, one by one, the name is taken. Okay. These all names have already been taken. They have been taken. Even up to this, it has been taken. Now it will go in this manner. So last name it was given by India was Tej and Gati. Okay. This Asna name which was there recently, this Asna name was given by Pakistan. Okay. It was given by Pakistan. Cyclone Asna, this name was given by Pakistan. The next name, Dana, is coming from Qatar. Okay. So these are the naming of cyclones. I hope from this you will get a number of points. First, what is the name of cyclones? What is the season of cyclone? Second thing is, when do we classify a cyclone? And another thing, what are the names of cyclone in the Indian Ocean region? In other oceans, they have again the same list, but it is given by different countries. Okay. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, so what has happened that the government of India has started this Operation Sadbhav. Okay. So government has sent supplies to 3 countries: Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. So these 3 countries, apart from that, other countries are also impacted. But India has sent supplies to these 3 countries: Laos, Vietnam and Myanmar. So they have been suffering from flooding due to this Typhoon Yagi. Okay. And hence we have sent a supply to them under the name of Operation Sadbhav. Okay. So that is why this Operation Sadbhav was there in name. Sometimes they are asking about it, about these type of operations. Maybe they can ask you in UPSC exam, CAPF examination, or state PCS examination. In all these three, there can be name of it, that what it is related to. So Operation Sadbhav related to humanitarian aid. Humanitarian aid to Laos, Vietnam, and Myanmar. Due to Typhoon So this is like, there is use of this INS Satpura also, okay, and even C7 different type of helicopters have been used. INS Satpura has also been used. Multiple type of vessels have been used to send these supplies. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So that will be all for today. And in tomorrow's session, we will see more of the topics, more of the current related aspect. Okay. And we will also be revising some questions from the current affairs, which we have seen so far. Any doubt? Any question? Okay. So thank you so much. Take care and see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.